Well, just trying out the camera here, that's all. Just wanted to try to see if I could go back and forth here and get first base in play here, which it looks like I can. So we're just about ready to start here in week 3 of the Fall Ball Baseball League with Waterloo Pirates versus Kettle Moraine Junior Lasers. Waterloo comes into this game 2-2, and Kettle Moraine is 2-1-1. This is Waterloo's first game of the day. The next one will be at 4 o'clock, immediately following this one on the same diamond. Kettle Moraine played earlier today at an 8 o'clock game, so 8 o'clock and then 2 o'clock. That is not a doubleheader. Fortunately for Waterloo, we will be able to play back-to-back games, and we will be off to baseball here shortly. I don't know if Waterloo is the home team or the away team. I'm watching for Coach Reedy to either send his team to the outfield or to stay in the dugout. It appears that they will be going out to play defense first. I'm looking at Trey, who's the starting catcher, and he is not taking his gear off. He's also the leadoff hitter for Waterloo today. Speaking of which, why don't we just go through the lineup here for Waterloo. So we have Trey, who's going to lead off. After him is Mason, then Shay, Aiden, Gavin, Jacob, Dylan, Ryan, Avery, Wyatt, and Tucker. So that's the lineup for the Waterloo Pirates 12U team. Jacob is on the mound, starting game number 1. We will set the defense for you also. Trey is playing catcher. We have Shay at first, Aiden at second base, Gavin at short, Mason at third. We have Wyatt in right field, Tucker in center, and Avery in left field. So a little bit overcast here in Waukesha today at Infinity Fields on Les Paul Parkway. About an 8-minute drive south of the interstate, I-94. So as Jacob finishes his warm-up tosses, we will be getting to baseball here shortly. This is the first time these two teams will see each other in this league. They will see each other again, I believe, next week at the noon game, I believe. If those kids are going to keep bounding on that barrel over there, that is going to be very annoying. So we are to baseball, and just like with every other team that Waterloo has played this year, their leadoff hitter is a left-hander. So the opening pitch by Jacob is fouled back for strike 1. Ball high to even the count at a ball and a strike. And there's another foul off the backstop for strike 2. So Jacob is ahead in the count already with the leadoff batter here in the top of the first. And pulls the string on that one. That is a nice changeup down the middle. And that is the first strikeout and the first out for Jacob. Brings up their second hitter. Ball is low. And that is coming out to center field. Tucker is under it, and he makes the catch for the second out. Tucker didn't have to move too far for that one. Drifted off to his right about 5 or 6 steps. So 2 down here for Kettle Moraine. And there's a strike. Little delayed call on that one by the umpire. And strike 2. And fouled straight back to the backstop. Trey gets a new ball and back over to Jacob. And ball outside. Nice grab behind the plate there by Trey. Two and two. And a shot over here. One hops the fence. Tucker picks it up and throws it in to Gavin. The relay throw back to second is not in time. So Jacob gives up a double. There was no way for Tucker to be able to catch that one. That was a line shot. One hop to the fence. And strike 1. Jacobs comes back and gets ahead of the cleanup hitter here. The second lefty in their lineup. Jacob steps off the runner, but no throw over to Gavin covering. And strike 2. Kettle Moraine's runner on second is not more than probably 2, maybe 3 steps off the bag. Ooh, just outside. Did not get away from Trey far enough for the runner to advance. And Jacob closes the door on this inning. Very efficient for him. Gives up just the one hit, a double, but strikes out a pair. So Waterloo keeps Kettle Moraine off the board in this first half of the first inning. And they will be coming up here. And their top 3 hitters, Trey, Mason, and Shea, will be up to start this first inning. Waterloo's half of inning number 1. Wind, what wind there is blowing in directly from center field right behind me. So hopefully you won't have any problems with the wind like on my previous broadcasts, where it was more of a crosswind and it was able to get into, the wind was actually very audible in the microphone. So hoping for a little bit more of a calm day today. Looks like there is some darker clouds over to the between first and home. So if they're over that way and the wind is blowing that direction, then we've got no worries for rain. A couple of quick sprinkles here just before the game started. Nothing to make anything too wet. So start of the NFL season today, week 1. Packers play at 3 o'clock. 3:25 actually. And the first pitch to Trey is all the way to the backstop for ball 1. And that bounces in front of the plate for ball 2. Thanks for tuning in, Cash. It's the bottom of the first inning. And grounder to short, back to the pitcher. Trey is out at first. So Trey on a ground out brings up Mason, who leads the team in home runs with 2 on the young season. Ball inside, back to the backstop again. And ball outside and high, 2-0. To Mason, and ball outside, 3-0. Well, depends how aggressive coach wants to get. 3-0 pitch with your best power hitter up here, and ball 4 on 4 straight. Mason takes first, so that puts Shea up to the plate. Have to see if Mason is off with the first pitch here to try to steal, and he is. And no throw. He is in safely. Ball 1 to Shea. Big hole over here on the right side of the infield. Ooh, there's a strike. If the Kettle Moraine second baseman is going to continue to stay close to the bag like that, there is a huge hole on the second base side in the infield. That ball's low, 2-1. So 1 out. Mason is on second. And that one's low to Shea also. It's 3-1. And Shea with a shot to shortstop. Out at first, but Mason takes third on the play. in safely. So we have 2 down here in the Waterloo half of inning number 1. And Aiden, the only other Waterloo player with a home run, steps to the plate. And he puts one hops to the fence. That will bring Mason in. Aiden digging for second. And he is safe in to second base. Give Aiden an RBI on that. Mason scores. Brings up Gavin. And strike. Gavin watched that first pitch go by. And that's a grounder over to third base. And scooped at first for the out. But Waterloo scores a run on a double by Aiden. And after 1 inning of play, it is Waterloo 1 and Kettle Moraine nothing. A little cooler today here in Waukesha than in Sundays past. Probably about mid-70s right now. Defense looks to be the same for Coach Reedy in inning number 2. So I have a new camera today, and I thought the images were going to be sharper, and I'm actually able to get a little bit closer to the fence here because my zoom is a little bit more than my previous camera, and I thought I was going to be able to, you know, go over to first base and also over to third base without the chain link fence being in the way, and it looks like I'm able to do that. It just depends sometimes what the camera might pick up though. So I want to make sure I'm not going to over-rotate so it does have a chance of picking up the chain link fence, making it blurry for you, the viewer, which I just did on that last half inning when Gavin grounded out. So throw down to second, and we're going to get this ball back to Jacob, who starts this inning with a 1-0 lead. And the 5th batter in the Kettle Moraine lineup is up. First pitch is a strike. And that was a little low. That was just inside, so 2-1. The first batter in the top of the 2nd inning for Kettle Moraine. Waterloo leading 1-0. Well, way outside, 3-1. And there's a nice pitch. So, full count here. to the first batter of the second inning for Kettle Moraine. And just high on that one, so an opening walk issued by Jacob brings up the sixth batter in the Kettle Moraine lineup. And the runner is back. Again, not much of a lead over there. And ball high. And there's a nice pitch for strike one to even the count. And there's a nice pitch on the outside corner. Jacob's ahead here, 1-2. And strike three, along with a stolen base. So, opportunity there for a strike him out, throw him out, but the runner was able to steal second. So we have one down in the Kettle Moraine half of inning number 2. Waterloo still leading 1-0. Ball inside. That's ball outside, 2-0. And we've got a foul ball into field number 4 for strike one. And grounder up to second, but through. But the runner on second will not advance. Clean single up through the middle. But the runner on second held because he wasn't sure if Aiden was going to be able to reach that one at second. So that's only the second hit allowed, or that Jacob's given up today. Still only one down here with runners on first and second for Kettle Moraine. And there's a big pitch, strike one, even at a count, even at a ball on a strike. And strike two, and stolen base for the runner from second. Slides in under the tag of Mason. It's a good throw by Trey, maybe a smidge high, but was able to slide under that tag. So we'll have to see if the runner on first attempts to steal. No, but Jacob throws over there, and now he's caught. And he slid under the tag, and he is out at home, though. So the first base runner attempted to take second without Jacob being aware. Throw went over to second. He slid under Aiden's tag. Aiden fired back home as the runner from third took off for home, and Trey was able to apply the tag for the second out. So Kettle Moraine with 2 down now. And a runner on second. And strike 3. So that's 4 total strikeouts for Jacob. And Waterloo turns Kettle Moraine away once again, holding them to no runs. A hit and a walk, but once again Jacob with 2 strikeouts that inning and 1 other out at home plate. So Waterloo coming up in the bottom of the 2nd inning here will be Jacob, Dylan, and Ryan, and they hold a 1-0 lead. Foul ball from diamond number 5 just came into diamond number 1. The backstop for diamond number 5 is backs up to the right field corner of field number 1. So starting of inning number 2 here for Waterloo, once again, we'll bring up Jacob. So let's see if he's got some offense in his arm like he does when he pitches. And that's a ball inside. And that's a ball high and outside, so 2-0. And there's a grounder over to second, and Jacob is out. See, I get a little bit too far here if I go too fast. I don't know what it's trying to focus on. Yep, there's the fence. Well, anyway, maybe I won't be able to do that. We'll have to see. So anyway, brings up Dylan. Little ground out there by Jacob. So that's ball 1 to Dylan. And big swing. 1-1. And there's ball low. 2-1. Don't know if you can hear the traffic on the road. And there's a little pop-up over to second baseman who will corral it for the out. So that's 2 down for Waterloo in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Brings up Ryan. And grounder over to short, picked up cleanly, and down go the Pirates in order, 1, 2, 3. So quick inning there for the Kettle Moraine pitcher. And Waterloo still holds a 1-0 lead. See if I can get this camera a little bit better. See, I just don't like that. I gotta be able to do that, folks, so I'm just gonna try to... Oop, I don't like that already. That's almost too far. Okay, so that's too far. So if I go this way, I get a little bit out of focus. And I still can't go to... Ah, well. Okay, I guess I can't go to first. Folks, I'm gonna try to zoom out here just a little bit so I can get maybe some focus back in here. So I'm not going to be able to do a whole lot with that, folks. Just bear with me here for a minute. Just bear with me here for a minute, folks. I want to try to get... Alright, so we have Jacob back on the mound. A couple of other defensive changes here for Waterloo that I'll be able to cover here in the next half inning. Or cover here during the inning, I should say. So, Jacob, ball high. So, we have Ryan, who's coming at catcher. Trey, the previous catcher, is now out here in right field. And that is a bloop out here to Tucker, who makes a nice catch in center field. Second put out today for Tucker. Brings up the top of the order here in their left-handed batter. Ball outside. Other defensive substitutions here. We have Dylan at first base, and Shea moves out to left field. Strike one. So that puts Wyatt and Avery on the bench. Back to the backstop for Jacob. Ball 2-1. So Dylan and Ryan have taken the place of Avery and Wyatt. Strike two on the field. So, which makes sense because Avery and Wyatt are the first two batters up in the next half inning. So, a little strategy by the coach, maybe. And swing and a miss, strike three. So, two quick outs. One via the flyout and one via the strikeout. I take that back. This is now the top of the order. So their first and last batters are both left-handed. And a little bloop that will fall in between fences, the fences for fields 1 and 4 for strike one. And there's a line shot right up the middle, coming right at you for a single. So Jacob's given up a hit in every inning so far, but has not... Kettle Moraine has not been able to come around and score. throw back to first. Runner is back in time. And Jacob steps off. Very nice throw over to first, right on the bag, but again, the runner is back in plenty of time. And the runner is stealing second here, and stopped by Gavin from going into the outfield, but the runner is safe at second. So once again, 2 down. Ball high. Jacob toes the rubber and comes off the mound with no throw back to second. Nobody on Waterloo even close to being able to cover that, but man, he's coming home, and it's a little grounder over to first for Dylan, who picks it up and steps on the bag for the 3rd out. So once again, the door is closed on Kettle Moraine, stranding another runner. So through 2.5 innings, it is Waterloo still 1, and Kettle Moraine has yet to score. Due up for Waterloo here in the bottom of the 3rd inning is the bottom of their lineup, Avery, Wyatt, and Tucker. If any one of them are able to reach, then Trey will be up. So looks like a new pitcher here for Kettle Moraine. Got a little more zip on his pitches, a little more accurate it appears. So once again, right after this game, we'll have a little bit of a break, maybe 20 minutes, and Waterloo will take on Puma Academy, who they lost to last week in the first game. 13-8. Waterloo struggled a little bit in that game, missing a couple of their top players on the Labor Day weekend. So Avery steps in here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Ball outside. And there's a grounder over to the Waterloo dugout for strike 1. 1-1 on Avery. Ball low, good eye on that one. 2-1. Big swing there. Ball outside, full count for Avery. That was pretty close to take. And fouled off again to the backstop. So it remains 3 balls, 2 strikes to the first. first batter, Avery, here in the bottom of the third inning. And big high chopper to second base. Over to first for the first out. So brings up Wyatt. And Wyatt with a foul in between the fence for fields 1 and 2. These fields are pretty close to each other. Fields 1, 2, 3, and 4 are relatively close. And swing and a miss, strike 2 to Wyatt. Field 5 is off kind of a little bit by itself, but it is close enough to have foul balls from that field come into other fields. Ball 1 to Wyatt, 1 and 2. And Wyatt with a pop-up, and it falls harmlessly between first, second, and the pitcher. The first baseman was the closest to it, but it hit off his arm and falls to the dirt infield, and Wyatt is safe. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to call that one an error, because that one should have been caught. So only one down, and Tucker at the plate now. Ball low. Ball high. 2-0 to Tucker. Waterloo can stay out of a double play here. I'm going to have the top of the order coming up. Give some of these other hitters, ball 3, some of these hitters a chance to get an RBI. So 3-0 to Tucker. I don't think he's going to move that bat at all. And that is ball 4. So, first time today, Waterloo with 2 runners on. Brings up Trey, who grounded out to second his first time up. Ball high. 1-0 to Trey. And strike 1. Trey bluffed a bunt, but the ball came right over the plate. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. And Trey takes strike 2. So 2 quick strikes on pullback bunt attempts. Can't believe he would be bunting with 2 strikes. And he steps off, and Wyatt is back to second. And ball high to Trey, 2-2. And big swing and a miss for Trey. So, first strikeout for the Waterloo batters today brings up Mason, who walked and scored on Aiden's double in the first inning. And grounder over here to second. That is through the hole and getting almost to the fence. Wyatt is in, and Mason is in with a double. Tucker stops at third. Waterloo with a 2-0 advantage. So runners on second and third with 2 down. And Shea with a pop out here to center field. And the center fielder catches it to end the inning. But Waterloo plates another run on only 1 base hit. An error and a walk. But we're heading to the 4th inning with Waterloo doubling up their run total and now leads 2-0. So pitching change for Waterloo. Close the book on Jacob, pitches 3 innings, gives up 3 hits, strikes out 5 and 1 walk. He is yet to allow a run this year in the 2 games that he has pitched. So with the pitching change, we got a little bit of a defensive change out here as well. So Gavin moves from short to pitcher. Shea moves from left to third. Mason moves from third to short. And Wyatt replaces Shea in left field. So that leaves Avery and Jacob on the bench. That would be the 11 players they have today. So, once again, we are headed here, top of the 4th inning. Gavin finishing his warm-up tosses. Waterloo with the lead, 2-0. Kind of a quick game going on here. We've already got through 3 innings, and I think we've only played about 45 minutes, so we still have almost an hour here to play. And we might be able to get into a 6th inning here. We will have to see. It has been a defensive ball game. Again, Waterloo plating 1 run in the 1st and 1 in the 3rd. And Gavin on the mound to begin the 4th inning. And the first pitch is outside, ball 1. To the backstop. For ball 2. And that was a nice pitch for strike 1 and pops out to Aiden for out number 1. And grounder up the middle, gloved by Aiden, and the runner beats it out. That was going to be a tough play either way. That runner has some speed, so we are going to call that a hit for Kettle Moraine. No throw back to first after Gavin stepped off the rubber, and the runner is going to second, and he is safe at second on a throw from Ryan, but was up the second base line a little bit, so stolen base for Kettle Moraine. Runner on second with one down, and there's a nice pitch. And back in plenty of time is the runner, who was only about a step off the bag, 2 steps maybe. Mason playing behind him now. And a stolen base with a double clutch by Ryan there before he throws. So that is 2 stolen bases in the inning for Kettle Moraine, and only 1 down. And that's a ball high. And a walk for Gavin. So 1 down, and runners on the corners here for Kettle Moraine, who has something brewing in the top of the 4th inning. And strike 1, nice pitch by Gavin, outside corner. And another foul back here from Diamond 5 into right field. Trey picks that up and gets it off the field. And a little fire down to second, and it doesn't look like anybody was ready for it. I think had somebody been there, they would have gotten him out. But we've got a run that scores. The runner from third scores, and on that throw to second that went into the shallow outfield, the runner from first was able to go to third. So we are 2-2 on this batter with a run in. And that is strike 3 for Gavin right there. So 2 down now, with still a runner on third for Kettle Moraine. And ball just a little bit outside. And a little grounder over to the Waterloo dugout. Hey, Adrian's getting a workout today. That's his 3rd foul ball he's picked up. And strike 2. Batter swings through that pitch. So 1 more here for Gavin, and we are out of the inning with no more damage. Strike 3. So That ends the top of the 4th inning, but Kettle Moraine is able to plate a run on 3 stolen bases and cuts the lead in half. So through 3 1/2, Waterloo still holding on to a 2-1 lead now. Coming up for Waterloo, we'll see the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, Aiden, Gavin, and Jacob. Kettle Moraine pitcher is on for his 2nd inning of work. Sun has gone under here and behind the clouds. I shouldn't say gone under, but has gone behind the clouds. And I have a quarter zip sweatshirt here that I'm going to be putting on just to make sure I don't get too chilly. The wind again has picked up just a little bit coming in from behind me again. Not too many clouds behind me, so once again we are going to be free and clear from rain in this game. So again, immediately following this game, which we've got probably about 45 minutes or so remaining, there'll be a 20-minute breakdown here at Infinity Field, and Waterloo will be back on this same field at 4 o'clock to take on Puma Academy, team they saw last week during the Labor Day set of games. First pitch to Aiden is a line shot out here to right field. The right fielder cannot corral it, and it goes to the fence. Aiden is digging for third, and throw gets away, and he is in with a inside the park home run. I will give him that. So immediately after the right fielder was not able to get a glove on that and it rolled past him, Aiden never stopped running. So Waterloo quickly gets that one run back that they gave up last half inning and leads 3-1. One pitch, one swing, and one run. So Gavin is up, and he has taken 2 quick balls for a 2-0 count. And big swing. Nice pitch there. So 2-1. And Gavin with another big swing. Swung straight through those last 2 pitches. So count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And ball low, 3-2. And as soon as I put my quarter zip sweatshirt on, the sun comes back out. Ooh. Too close for that one to not be called a strike. So Gavin strikes out for the first out of the Waterloo inning. And Jacob is up. Ball outside to Jacob. And Jacob was unable to check his swing on that, so that evens the count at a ball and a strike. And strike 2 on Jacob. Jacob was able to check his swing that time. So we are 2-2. And we'll grounder over to the on-deck circle. Dylan picks that up and gets it back to the pitcher, so we will reuse that baseball. And that one is all the way to the backstop. Full count here to Jacob, with one down in the bottom of the fourth inning, with Waterloo leading 3-1. And that's inside. Jacob walks. Third walk of the game issued by Kettle Moraine pitching. Brings up Dylan. And Jacob is back. Not much of a lead over there by Jacob. Couple of steps. And ball outside. And swing and a miss by Dylan. 1-1. Low. 3-1. And that is outside. Oh. Okay, I guess that was 2-2, not 3-1. So we will give Jacob a stolen base on that. First stolen base of the day for Waterloo. Okay, now we've got to be at a full count. And that ball is low and back to the fence. And Jacob will head to third on that play while Dylan walks. So wild pitch advancing Jacob to third. Brings up Ryan with runners on the corners with only one down. And Dylan is off to second without a throw. So Ryan with a strike on him. And ball outside, 1-1. And another ball outside, 2-1. Swing and a miss for Ryan, 2-2. Just swung underneath that one. And strike three for Ryan. So two down here, and runners on second and third. Brings up Avery, who grounded out to second his first time up. And ball low. Swing and a miss on an inside pitch. Ball, or strike one. 1-1 on Avery. And that is low. 2-1. So 2-1 count. Runners on second and third with 2 down. And Avery with a defensive swing on that low pitch. Evens the count at 2-2. And strike 3. So Waterloo, with runners on second and third and nobody out, or only 1 out, cannot get either of those runs in. But they lead off the inning with an inside the park home run by Aiden. So they get that run back that they gave up in the top of the 4th. So that will run the score to 3-1. Heading to the top of the 5th inning with not quite 40 minutes to go here in the game. So we've played an hour and we've already got 4 innings in the books. So Gavin is coming back out on the mound for his 2nd inning of work. Defensive alignment for Waterloo has a couple of changes here. See, Jacob has come in now to play third in place of Shea. Avery is over at first, which leads me to believe that Dylan is going to be catching here. And Dylan is going to be catching. So the outfield remains the same, with from left to right in Wyatt, Tucker, and Trey. Your infield is from third to first is Jacob, Mason, Aiden, and Avery. Dylan behind the plate, and once again Gavin on the mound. So Ryan and Shea are in the dugout, and Waterloo holding on to a 3-1 lead. Last warm-up toss for Gavin, and Dylan fires down to second base, and it gets past Mason and Aiden, and Tucker picks it up. And we are ready here to start the top of the 5th. Once again, Waterloo holding on to a 3-1 lead. And fouled back off the backstop for strike 1. And just a bit outside. 1-1 now on the first batter of Kettle Moraine's 5th inning. And inside pitch, swings through that for strike 2. 1-2. And swung and missed. And Dylan corrals the drop third strike and throws over to Avery for to complete the strikeout. Brings up the second hitter in the Kettle Moraine lineup this inning, who is the only one on their team that has the wrong color. Everybody else on their team is wearing white, and he is in yellow, almost matching the Waterloo team. And that's high, so 2-0. And there's a nice pitch from Gavin to get the first strike against this hitter. 2-1. And strike 2. Gavin comes back with 2 quick strikes here to get the count even at 2-2. And throws over to... And Avery, unable to collect that throw from Jacob, goes into the Waterloo dugout. And the runner will get a free pass to second base. So I don't know if we'll charge the error on the throw or the catch, but there's definitely an error on that play. And so throw back. Mason was not able to tag the runner in time, so and there's a strike. And no throwback from Gavin after he steps off the rubber. Ball just a little bit high. And strike on a swing through on that pitch. This is the bottom of the order, the last batter in their lineup. And ball inside. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just a little high and outside, so we've run it full. Don't let this one get away from you. You got the top of the order coming up. Put this one away, Gavin. There is strike 3. Gavin's 4th strikeout of the game. Back to the top of the order. 2 outs. And no throw back. Mason is hovering around the second base area. And another line shot right over to short. And no throw. Wyatt gets it into Jacob to hold the runner to a single and also to prevent the run from scoring. So Gavin gives up his 2nd hit of the game, which I don't know if Mason would have been not holding the runner on, if he would have been able to get to that one or not. It did go through that hole in the infield, but I don't know if he would have been close enough to get it. So no throw down to second for fear of the runner from first, or runner from third to try to score. So 2 down, runners on second and third. A single here could tie the game. And a chopper over to second. Gloved by Aiden. Throws over to Avery for the third out. So Kettle Moraine threatens once again, but strands 2 runners. And after 4.5, Waterloo maintains their 3-1 lead. Coming up for Waterloo will be Wyatt leading off, then Tucker, then back to the top of the order. Waterloo has only managed 3 hits in this game, but have walked 4 times. Kettle Moraine has also committed 1 error. In fact, that was the last time that Wyatt was up, which was a pop-up on the infield and fell right between the first, second, and baseman and pitcher. It was closest to the first baseman, but it fell into the dirt infield, and Wyatt was safe. So we're sitting here with probably about 30 minutes, maybe more to go. So bottom of the 5th inning here. Hopefully we can get a few more insurance runs. And put this one out of reach before we have to get to a 6th inning. So new pitcher here for Kettle Moraine, left-hander, is in. So warm-up tosses are complete, and Wyatt is going to step in here for the first pitch of Waterloo's bottom of inning number 5. And that is low and inside for ball 1. And, ooh, Wyatt just got out of the way of that one. That was close. I don't think that missed him by more than an inch. That was close. And a little bloop shot out here, and nice snag by the shortstop in on the outfield grass. So Wyatt makes the first out of the inning, but that was a nice grab by the shortstop. Heading towards the center field grass and puts his glove up and was able to catch it really without too much trouble. So the first pitch to Tucker is a ball, so we are 1-0 here with 1 out. Bottom of the 5th inning. And Tucker with a grounder over to short. And just out. So Tucker hustled down the line, but to no avail. And that brings up Trey, who is 0 for 2 today. Struck out his last time up. Ball inside. And Trey with a fly ball out here to right field. And it's over the right fielder's head. Trey digging for second, and there is no throw. So the fielder got a glove on that, but was unable to catch it. So Trey reaches via an error. Brings up Mason, who is 1 for 1 this game with a double and an RBI and a walk. And nice scoop by the third baseman, and Mason is out. So Waterloo turned aside here in the 5th inning, so off to the top of the 6th. Still holding on to a 3-1 lead. Let's see if we bring out a different pitcher here, or is Gavin coming out for his 3rd inning of work? Looks like Gavin will be taking the mound. So, 25 minutes or so left, 25 minutes left. And what do we have for a defensive alignment? Looks like it might be the same as the last inning. I see Dylan is behind the plate. Infield looks to be the same. Nope, we have Ryan is in left field as opposed to Wyatt. So Wyatt Wyatt and Avery are on the bench. Shea is actually at first base here. So once again, defensive battle here between Waterloo and Kettle Moraine in a 3-1 affair. Top of the 6th inning we are headed to, and I believe this will be three, 4, and 5 hitters for Kettle Moraine. Again, approximately 15 to 20 minutes following this game will be the 2nd game for Waterloo. They will be taking on Puma Academy again for the 2nd time this fall ball season. Puma Academy defeated them 13-8 last week. And strike 1. Opening pitch is swung on and missed. And a little grounder over to first. Shea corrals it, steps on first for the first out of the inning. So a little harmless ground ball over to the first baseman. And we have our first out. And swing and a miss. Nice low inside pitch there by Gavin for strike 1. And took a little something off of that one for the 2nd strike. Swings through that one as well. So 2 quick strikes on the cleanup hitter here for Kettle Moraine. And foul over to 3rd, but just over the fence. Jacob was not able to reach over and grab that. So we'll do it again at 0-2. Ooh, just outside. So 1-2. And fouled straight back. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. And a little grounder over to short past Mason. Scooped up by Ryan and into second to Aiden to hold the batter to a single. Just past the glove of Mason at short. So one down and a runner on first. And strike one. And stolen base for Kettle Moraine. And another grounder over to first, scooped up by Shea. And the runner was off with the pitch, who takes third on that. So we've got 2 out and a runner on third for Kettle Moraine, threatening to score once again, but out of all these times they've had runners on third base. Strike one. They have only been able to get one in. Just outside for ball on strike. And that's also just outside, 2-1. Gavin seems to be working a little quicker this inning. And here comes a fly ball out to right field. Trey corrals it for the third out. And again, no score out of Kettle Moraine. So based on 5.5 innings, this one is over. Put it in the books, and Waterloo with a 3-1 victory. So we will be back here in a half hour or so to watch or to broadcast the second game of the doubleheader today for Waterloo. And once again, we'll be taking on Puma Academy. So, final line here on the game, Waterloo with 3 runs on 3 hits, 4 walks, 2 doubles, and inside the park home run. Jacob and Gavin both with 3 innings pitched apiece. And Waterloo comes out victorious here on their first game of their doubleheader, 3-1. So we'll be back in a little bit. Take care, everybody, and we will see you later.